Hey, what's going on? Coming at you from Chicago, Illinois. And in this video, I want to discuss a gentleman by the name of Bryan Johnson. Many of you guys are familiar with who he is. Maybe you read an article about him. Maybe you've seen videos that he's posted himself on YouTube. Or maybe you've seen other YouTubers, maybe like myself, post critical videos about him and things like that. But he's definitely out there. And so basically, with this video, I want to pose a question. This guy Bryan, is he the anti-aging guru that he promotes himself to be? Or is he just a self-serving narcissist? And before I get into that question, I just want to do some background information about him for those people. When it comes to making these videos, I realize that what may be familiar to me may not be familiar with somebody else. So I just want to cover the bases. So some background information about him. He's obviously a social media sensation. You can call him the anti-aging guy if you want to call him that. He's also an American entrepreneur, a venture capitalist, a writer, and an author. He was also the founder, chairman, and CEO of Braintree, a company which specializes in mobile and web payment systems for e-commerce companies. Braintree acquired Venmo in 2012 for $26.2 million. The combined entity was acquired by PayPal for $800 million in 2013. So, I definitely give him kudos. When he was a younger guy, he definitely busted his hump. He founded this company, sold it for a lot of money, and I also know that he's a father of a teenage son. So, there's definitely good qualities about this guy. But I would also say that there's some issues that I'll address later in this video. Johnson has received, of course, media attention for his anti-aging attempt that he calls Project Blueprint. That's another thing that I can give him kudos for. He definitely knows how to self-market himself. He definitely knows how to self-promote himself. I know that when he first came out with his whole story, that he was in his 40s and that he was gonna try to make himself 18 years old again. I mean, it was just totally absurd. Like, if he would have made his story about trying to become like 26 or 25 again, even that would have still been somewhat ridiculous, but it would have been a little bit more reasonable, like to be in his 40s and try to go back to a younger type age. But I don't know, maybe either he picked the age 18 or somebody gave him that idea because they knew that would be maybe like a marketing tactic, to really get people's attention. So that information that I just shared about him, that I found on Wikipedia. So I want to get back to the original question that I posed at the beginning of this video. Is Bryan, is he the anti-aging guru that he promotes himself to be, or is he just a self-serving narcissist? And I would probably say maybe like both. With that being said, his more recent content that he's been releasing, it just seems like it's leaning more towards the whole narcissistic attitude. He's just constantly fixated on himself. I would say he poses these meaningless self poses, making these kind of odd innuendos to attach alongside his photos. I don't know. His whole story, whatever he's trying to promote, is just getting. It's just getting a little old, I think. He's recently started posting these like half naked pictures of himself on his community tab in his YouTube channel. In the about section of his YouTube channel, it describes him in the third person point of view as opposed to him personalizing his own background information, which I think is, it's kind of strange, but I guess it's his channel. He can lay it out the way he wants to lay it out. But speaking about the about section on his channel, it says in the middle paragraph that Johnson freely shares his protocols and data publicly for everyone to use. I question, is that a good thing or a bad thing? Is the fact that he supposedly takes over 100 supplements a day, is that a good thing or a bad thing? It goes on to say, Project Blueprint is an endeavor to achieve humanity and Earth-scale cooperation starting within self. I really want to zero in where it says starting within self. Yeah, it starts with self. And then it goes on with self. And then it continues with self. And then it continues and continues and continues with self. Self, 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 self. It's getting really tiring. It's getting like really obnoxious. He's almost becoming, I would say, almost like a caricature at this point. So I want to pose another question. Is this whole entire project, all the things that he tries to promote about himself and this journey that he's on, is it just all totally obnoxious? Well, I would say no. We definitely have an obesity epidemic in this country. We definitely have a lot of people that are immobilized. That's their decision, and they could definitely afford to be more active. And I think Bryan, he definitely addresses the need for more people to start eating healthy and to exercise more. But then the issue that I have is that Bryan, he supposedly, he works out almost every day. And I wonder, is it... I mean, yes, you should exercise, but not to the point where you're over-exercising. I just don't know if what he's promoting... how much of it is self-serving? How much of it does he have the viewer's best interest at heart? I think that he started with a decent intention with this, Project Blueprint. But just a lot of it, even the name itself, Project Blueprint, and all these other, he talks about don't die, and it's they're just like it's like a bunch of gimmicks. It's to me, it's not sincere. It's not real, and he's selling this not real mindset to people, and he has thousands upon thousands of people that follow him, and I think it's concerning that he's leading, especially the younger people, he's leading them astray. So basically, whatever he's trying to sell, I'm not really buying it, and I think that if you're a person that follows Bryan or follows people like him, I think you should also question whether you should be following either Bryan or somebody like him that constantly has a fixation on, wanting to garner more views and to grow their channels and, promote their self-centered egos. Are these people that you truly want to follow? Or if you don't already have a relationship with your Creator, are you willing to open your heart and open your mind to a truly giving leader, a loving leader, a leader that has no ulterior motives whatsoever? Is that somebody that you truly want to follow? I think that's a question. It's a decision, an independent decision that you have to make for yourself. And I know that if you do choose to follow your Lord and Creator, it's a decision that you can take with you for a very, very long time to come. So that was today's video, and I hope to see you guys in the next one.